okay? We listen to Audio Missile Podcast. Alright?
Hey, welcome back. This is Audio Missile Podcast. We're here again with a few guests. We have Cesar. And what's your friend's name?
It's Doggo.
All right, welcome, Doggo. We thought we had crazy shit happening on Hollywood Boulevard because we have all those superheroes, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, all kinds of shit. But
yeah, we did that story a while back, the Superman curse.
Yes,
Superman curse.
What's going on in Las Vegas? Is some shit going on over there?
Well, it happened on the Las Vegas Strip, and it was later posted to Twitter, where it easily racked up 3.6 million views. And what it was Minnie Mouse getting in a fight.
With who?
With the security guard.
Okay.
Now, she got in a fight with the security guard, and then Mickey Mouse and Goofy came over and tried to break it up.
Okay,
Okay.
Just so you guys know, Mickey Mouse and Goofy are not out there fighting. It's the people in the fucking costumes. Okay,
Yeah.
So it must have been like 3 or 4 friends, right? Because if I go there with my buddies and we're all wearing these stupid outfits, and then one of our buddies starts fighting with somebody, we're gonna go out there and get into it, right?
Well,
back them up.
these
If
were
you're a real homie. If you're not, you're gonna just run like a coward.
Right. Well, these were professional performers, and they were getting paid
they were
to be out
working.
there on the strip, in those costumes. And
So is Disney liable if they whip somebody's ass?
It's not the friends, the coworkers.
well, let me tell you what happened. So they started boxing, and even bystanders tried to help break it up. And so finally, what happened was she took the mask off, started beating up the security guard. She punched Mickey
With her hands? Or with a
Minnie,
weapon?
yes, no. And then she took off the outfit and ran away.
Okay, first off, what was her nationality? Was she a fucking crazy chola in a fucking Minnie Mouse outfit?
We don't know.
With Sharpie eyebrows and shit?
We don't know. Well, hey, come on. Well,
Sharpie eyebrow.
if you're hurting for a job, and they tell you to put on the characters, I did that before back in the day. Sign twirling.
I've only been playing one character my
come
whole
on.
life, and that's Cool Vato.
You'll do what you got to do. But so folks, we're gonna keep you updated on this and see if actually Disney does get involved. If they sue Disney,
Yes, Disney is liable. Must pay.
must pay. Hey folks, stay tuned. The Audio Missile Podcast will be right back. Remember to subscribe and hit those like buttons below. All right, folks. Remember when we talked about the fish and chips and the fake vinegar in England? So this story takes place in England as well.
I have a fake English accent. I said, hello.
Well, you've heard of an ATM, which serves money, dispenses money. Have you heard of APM?
APM.
Automated Prosecco machine.
What the fuck is that?
Fucking Prosecco.
Oh, that's champagne.
Is that
That's Italian champagne.
American potato
So
machine?
now check this out. Now there's a London bar. It's celebrating its grand opening with the ATM that dispenses champagne.
That's lit.
ATM.
Yeah, and not only that.
So you put your money in it and it gives you a...
champagne.
Yeah, you get champagne back,
How
which is
much-
Prosecco.
how much did you pay for this crap?
for right now, it's free for the grand opening. The bar is called the Vagabond.
So how
They
do
do
they
that
make
in
any
Japan
money?
too.
They do it in Japan?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
got
you
machines
can
in the
buy-
corner if you need
Yeah.
underwears or whatever you
What?
need. Tampons.
I mean, how many people shit themselves in Japan that they need to have fucking underwear on the street?
No.
I don't know. I mean,
You were in Japan, my boy?
I've been to Japan 4 times, and
Oh.
I've seen like all kinds of weird things come out from those machines.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that in another episode.
Yes.
But
Well, that's interesting.
It's a good topic.
I
Do
saw
they have
underwear.
Do they have sex dolls that come out of
I
machines
saw locks.
or flashlights?
right.
And do they take ATM?
Germany has beer Coke
Beer-
machines, like they have a beer machine.
That's great. I used to have a beer machine at my apartment.
But do you think if it
broke
falls,
down.
you don't think it'll be shaking up the beer? Like,
Yeah.
Well, you gotta be dumb to open it right away.
probably.
Come on,
Yeah,
you have to
right.
give that shit a
you
minute.
can.
You're right.
And second, have you bought a soda off a machine before and you open it? It doesn't pop
It
in your
doesn't
face
pop. Yeah, you're
because
right.
they do research. They spend a lot of money. They don't want the customer to get beer all over his face. They want them to get drunk and happy.
they do.
Well, you know what? This topic it might be trending because this bar has 8 locations so far, and this new one, like they opened
Do
it
we
up.
have a
in
name for this bar?
The Vagabond.
The Vagabond.
The Vagabond.
Depends how you say
It's
it.
the homeless vato.
The homeless fuck.
You're listening to the Audio Missile Podcast.
Okay, everybody goes on Facebook and sometimes people hate. And you just wish you could punch these motherfuckers in the face.
Oh.
But you can't punch everybody, and we live in a civil society. But these ladies, on the other hand, didn't give a crap. What happened, Cordell?
Well, it started with two women in Australia were fighting on Facebook.
In Australia.
Yeah.
Even with all the fires and everything that's going
Right,
on.
no, I know. I was
Time to
surprised.
fight.
Wow.
And you know what they were talking about? The coronavirus.
That's
What?
what the fight was about?
Yeah, and they were arguing in the comments.
One said, I like Bud Light virus. And I said, I like coronavirus. And they got into it.
No, well, they met up. One was 33 and the other was 36-year-old. And so they
These are grown-ass women. These
Yeah,
aren't
yeah,
20-somethings. 30-year-old, you already know what's up.
well,
Yeah.
what they decided was that they agreed to discuss the matter further in person.
Let's meet in person, bitch.
Yes. So from the police statement, it shows that the argument quickly escalated from verbal to physical, pushing, slapping, hair pulling, and finally they're both on the ground. One briefly unconscious, all despite the efforts of bystanders walking by, tried to break it up. And
So
they
no one
couldn't.
recorded this shit? I mean, in America, if someone's fucking drowning, they won't throw a lifesaver to save you. They'll pull out their fucking phone and record you drowning.
Hell yeah.
You know what?
So what happened in Australia? No one recorded this
I
shit?
could relate to this. I'm not going to mention any names, but a close relative of mine had a similar situation. They got into a confrontation.
Is this
on-
in New
on
York or here in
Facebook.
LA?
On Facebook. Yeah, but this is in New York.
Okay.
And my sister and the girl, they were fighting over a guy. They agreed to meet in person and handle the business.
Oh,
because
shit.
She's like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
So where do you
So-
meet when something like that happens?
Well, she was so dumb. She gave the address. So my sister shows up to her job, and she didn't think she was gonna show up. And my sister is like, waiting outside. And when she saw my sister, she didn't want to come out.
So why would you give them the fucking address if you ain't gonna come out and pussy out?
Hey, that's what happens. These people, they get all,
If I give you a address, you come to my house, you're gonna get ass kicking at least.
Well, there's
they
a
get
term
all
for it.
because it's like it's Facebook. Like you can't slap me, you can't physically.
It's
touch
called
me.
Twitter
you could
fingers.
say
So
a
once
slap
you-
with an exclamation point in capital letters.
People
No
think
get
that
it.
it won't get physical in real life, but it
Well, yes,
does.
it will.
Sometimes it does,
Sometimes
you
it
know.
does.
Hey,
So
if you're old enough to talk shit, you could be fucking 10 or 65. You might get your ass kicked. So
well, let me tell you
learn
what
to talk
happened with,
fucking well.
with the rest of the story. The paramedics came. They had to take him to the hospital.
Okay, what
One was
happened?
treated for head injuries, shoulder injuries. The
And
other
the
one
other
was
one
cut
for
to her arm. Right. Well, and they finally released him, and now they're going to see if they're going to investigate and press charges on him.
Wait, so they're both beat up?
But they
Yeah,
both,
yeah, they both
But they
get-
both.
they got
I
down.
don't think they could press charges on anything because there was like they met
mutual.
Like a
They
mutual.
both. It was a mutual agreement.
And
They
remember
mutually
we-
met, mutually got down. They both punched. Some scratched. I mean, they both got it in there.
And the witnesses that were there were part of the Facebook group. Other people came out on the group and
Oh,
they
they
watched.
saw it and they said, "Oh, we gotta go stop these crazy
The whole
bitches."
group came out,
The whole group.
but only the two women fought. So
They should have got into it like the Twix, left and right. They should have all started
yeah.
fighting Royal Rumble.
right.
Everybody against everybody.
Well, folks, we'll just say, be careful out there, and in those comments, don't take it too
fucking
serious.
fight, man. If you comment, people,
Some people
I get
take it
death.
serious.
I get death threats on my Facebook, and I don't try to fight you. I just tell you, I just block your ass.
Yeah, but yeah, that sounds like a good solution.
Peace.
Están escuchando el misil de audio. No se les olvide suscribir y puchar me gusta. So what do you do when 2,000 monkeys are tormenting you?
Oh, boy.
Well, if you're from what country?
Uttar Pradesh, which is in India,
What
it's
do
a
you
region,
do?
it's a state. Well, you dress up as a bear.
You put on a bear costume?
Yeah.
Like Yogi the Bear?
Yep. Hey, that'll work. So this is what they did. These villagers, they
Had a boy boo boo.
well, it's serious. Look at, they had 150 attacks alone, and they attack kids. These crazy monkeys, they come out of the trees in packs. So they found a way to fight off the monkeys. They dress up as bears, and so they took a donation from all the villagers, like for what 1,700 rupees, which is equivalent to
I
like
hear that if you
$25.
If you have a monkey and you rape it, all the other monkeys will run away. Is that
I don't know about that, my boy. Well, I think they'll get you on sodomy charges there in India.
true? I don't know, only if they see you. A crime is
That's
only a crime
bestiality.
if
That's-
someone can see you doing it.
That's bestiality, my boy. That is bestiality.
Only if someone sees you.
Isn't that last week they had a goat that resembled the human.
No, I saw that
And
one.
it happened.
Yeah,
I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what?
What do you
In the
mean
Middle
resembled a
East,
human? So some dude
in the
boned
Middle
a
East,
goat?
people,
No,
yeah,
no,
people
no,
do
no,
fuck their
listen.
sheep.
No, listen.
People fuck their sheep. They fuck their goats.
Now listen.
In the Middle East.
Farmers.
Listen,
Farmers,
this goat
yeah.
Lonely out in the desert.
And if you look at him, the sheep, the baby has like human eyes and a human nose.
Oh. Does it talk?
No.
I don't know.
Let me tell you.
Daddy.
Do you want to hear about it? We know about it. The little goat is worshipped as a deity in India. They put a shrine to it, and they bring it donations, and they put flowers around it.
Have human, have
They think
goat.
it's a living god.
Worship me.
So they got the idea from a farmer in the state of Karnataka who last year painted his dog with tiger stripes using animal dye, or hair dye.
Is that animal cruelty?
No. Because apparently monkeys in India can't tell the difference between a dog or a tiger as long as it has the stripes. And the little dog is called Bulbul.
That's Tiger Claw, right? Like that pill?
Bulbul?
Uña de gato? Don't they have a pill called Uña de gato?
What's going on here?
No, you don't know what tiger claw is? You're too young, my boy. You
Tiger
don't
claw,
need
they
that.
call it with stretch marks.
Look, when you get older, you
They
might
had a
need some
commercial
Bulbul.
for it on Univision.
I think it's a boner pill
Oh, just say that
that
then.
gives you the power of a tiger. You can rough up your girlfriend like a tiger. Rawr. But the thing is, it doesn't help your dick get hard, but it makes your nails get stronger, so you can scratch your back.
That's a tiger pill.
I was driving down the 101 freeway earlier, and they have these murals that had been around there for what, like 25, 30 years? 84 Olympics?
I don't know.
I was a kid. You weren't even born. Okay? But I used to drive by my dad's car, and I used to admire these murals. They restored them, like maybe a few years ago.
Okay.
I drove by there today, and they were all graffitied. Like people write their, but not even art, just their fucking stupid name.
Stupid shit.
Okay, look. First off, if you're a fucking artist, you have to respect other people's art.
That's true.
Okay, have some fucking
And
respect.
repent.
Okay, don't just show up and graffiti over somebody else's art. Have some fucking respect. Okay, you wouldn't want somebody writing over your art. So as an artist, you have to. It's a community. You have to respect each other and show respect, pay respect. Okay, so if you're writing, if you see a mural, admire it. Don't graffiti over it, you fucking asshole.
Hey, folks, stay tuned. In the Audio Missile podcast, we'll be right back.
Well, marijuana is legal here in California now.
Yeah.
But not so long ago, I was pulled over here in Monterey Park, and I was given a ticket, and I had to go to the Alhambra court, and I had to pay these motherfuckers like $450-something
For weed?
just for a little bit of weed because it wasn't legal. Okay? And I was like, man, fuck these motherfuckers. I was so pissed off. I had to pay
How long
them.
was it?
That's the first time
A
offense?
couple of years ago, maybe 10 years ago or more.
Wow.
And then, but I felt like just sparking up by joining the courthouse and saying, fuck you guys. But some asshole really did do it, right, Cordell? Tell us about it.
That's right. His name was Spencer Boston. He was 20 years old, and he was in court in Wilson County. And he was facing a charge just for simple possession.
And just like I was, just for simple possession. All I had was a little weed. I wanted to chill out, be happy, but they couldn't allow my happiness to happen.
Well, instead of just facing his charge, he started discussing the importance of weed legalization. That's when he pulled out a joint, lit it up, and began smoking it. And the whole courtroom erupted in laughter at that point.
Wow.
Well, I guess he got his message across because we're hearing about it. We're talking about it.
Fuck.
So that was the biggest
been
protest
legal.
ever. Everybody heard about it.
Yeah.
Well, the Tennessee judge, Haywood Berry, was not going for it. He had Mr. Boston arrested and escorted out. And as he was leaving the room, he yelled out to the court, "The people deserve better."
He's right. The people do deserve better. We don't deserve these assholes. They're against the majority. The majority of the people in the United States of America want marijuana to be legalized.
Sure.
Legalized. We don't want this welfare for retired cops so they could be doing their DARE programs and arresting people for bullshit. Okay,
Yeah.
No one has ever killed anybody for marijuana. Okay, or died. Okay, unless you're gonna eat a lot of Twinkies and junk food and fucking die off of that shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
That's just discipline.
Yeah, that's discipline.
so now he's first he was going to be charged with just simple possession. Now he's being charged with disorderly conduct, possession of a scheduled drug, and contempt of court.
You know what?
Contempt of court.
I take all that shit. Now he's famous. Everybody knows who he is. He made it. He had his 50 minutes of fame.
he did make
right
How much
now.
time?
Yep. And he made a
And
statement.
wait, he's asking the time. He's getting 10 days in jail, and after that, he's eligible to post bond for $3,000.
I'm pretty sure.
10 days though?
Pretty
Well, there
sure
was a guy
they'll
here that
look
got
out for
caught in
him.
Beverly Hills with a mansion full of pot, and Woody Harrelson
He got respect.
paid for his bail
Some
and
celebrity
took care
out
of his
there will see
legal
that.
fees, right?
Wow.
So would you say he got respect?
Yeah, some celebrity will see that.
Yeah, and they'll pay
Yeah.
for his shit,
They'll pay
hopefully.
for his-
Maybe Chong.
It's only
Like
Chong.
normal, huh?
Hey, Chong, if you're listening, take care of this kid's legal fees. Come on.
Hey, this is Barefoot Boris, and you're listening to the Audio Missile Podcast. Stay tuned.
Okay, there's a lot of terms out there when it comes to online dating, like catfishing and
Yeah.
what's the other one, Cordell?
Oh, we got a list. We got the top 8 dating terms of 2020. Because you got to know these if you're going to be out there on social media.
You
playing
gotta
with
put your
kids.
ass out there on the
What's
World Wide
catfishing
Web.
again?
No, well, let's start with the.
Catfishing when you use somebody else's picture.
We're going to go down the list. We're starting with number 1 on the list here. First one is called benching.
Benching.
Yes, that refers to the act of keeping a potential love interest on the bench, on the sidelines, by texting them and liking their social media posts, but you never actually meet up with them.
So you never commit. You're just kind of
You just
lukewarm.
bench him.
Exactly,
Bench 'em.
my boy. You got it.
You keep them on standby in case you need some pussy later on.
That's
you go.
right. All right. So the next term, in which you guys already said, was called catfishing. You know, and it's been around since the 1940s.
What?
And catfishing is when someone creates a whole new online identity in order to start a relationship.
So how
So,
would-
you think you're talking to a girl, Boris, and you're
Nope.
talking to a man?
Man.
So how would they do it in the 40s?
Batman.
Well, the newspaper articles, the people,
Like pen pals?
pen pals, letters.
I'm writing to let you
Sure.
know that I'm an attractive lady with big breasts and a nice bottom.
That's right.
And
But
the
I
guy
think-
would be right. It was a guy.
Right. Well,
pen paling him for 20
now,
years.
now because you say
I've been
that,
a victim of that.
Of what?
You were catfished.
I was catfish where the lady told me she was nice and slim and in shape, and then when I went to see
It
her,
was grimness.
she had the lamp was turned off,
oh no, my boy.
and she didn't want to turn it on, and it was because she took up like 75% of her sofa.
Shut the fuck
She's a
up.
BBW. Big,
know
beautiful.
what?
We like
No,
big women,
that's-
but I
I-
want to know
I
if
had
I'm going out with the
driven
big
2
women.
hours.
At least let me
I
know.
Now
drove
that
2
I-
hours.
Now that I think about it, that happened to me one time too.
That's
You know what? Some
happens.
girl told me, like, look, you know, you have Lowrider magazine. I'm like, yeah, I do have Lowrider magazine. She goes, look on page 2 something, and I'm like, all right. I look. There was a hot chick. Right there.
Sure, I remember those
She
magazines.
said, that's me, and I'm like, oh wow.
Oh shit.
So I was back then. There was no cell phones, so I was talking on the phone with her for like 2 months until she finally gave me
I
her
think we
address
could all
to show
relate
up.
to a story. Like
And
that.
it wasn't her. It was her sister. Her sister was.
How did she look though?
She looked kind of fat.
He's kind of
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, I'm
you know?
saying BBW is okay,
But just
but
be
just
upfront about
let
it.
a brother know.
Yeah, I mean, there's guys who love that shit. You gotta let us know.
Right.
I'm fat, and there's pretty sure there's a guy's gonna jump on you.
So you guys said catfishing. Well, let me tell you about the new one. It's called cockfishing.
Cockfish.
that?
Now wait, no, I'm gonna tell you about
It sounds
this.
gay already. What
No, it's
happened?
not gay. No, people who cockfish. That's when a guy sends a fake dick pic to a girl.
Oh, like
Wait, now wait.
like a big dick picture, and you have a small dick.
listen.
Okay.
Now they might get it from online.
That's
they might
clever.
Photoshop it. Now check it out. And even some of them.
You know what? Wait a
No,
second.
let me tell you. They photograph it from an angle, just so it even looks bigger. There's a technique I found out that they do.
Okay, you know what, Cordell? Women lie to us all the fucking time. They have the Wonder Bra. They have the fucking this
That's right, my
underwear,
boy.
special underwear that lives. They fucking dye their fucking hair.
Payback.
They have high heels. They're not tall. They have fucking high bitch. You ain't that tall. High heels.
Wait, we got a lady here.
So we gotta send an occasional. If you have a small dick, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta lie.
So you had a comment about this stuff?
Well, I do color my hair, but the way I look is the same when I'm in person or when I'm in a picture, so that's not really a lie. It's just how I'm gonna look.
That says you. But the
But
other
not all women, though.
But like the other 99%, they use soft lighting, filters. And all kinds of
Sure,
crap.
no, and
Even
you know,
guys are
no,
starting to
now
use
listen,
filters.
A modern phone comes with those features. When you take a picture, it asks you, "Do you want to add soft lighting?"
Not
Would you
everyone
add
is
the
beautiful
filters?
and naturally like me. You know what I mean?
We've
People have
just
to use
been-
filters.
That infomercial for that airbrush makeup has been on all day. That is definitely a lie.
All right, people. Well, I'm going to tell you about the next term. And this term is called stashing.
Stashing?
Yeah, stashing. And it's not like cheeking, because I know somebody over there has an idea about that. It refers to when someone doesn't introduce their partner to their friends and family and won't post about them on social media.
I thought stashing was like when you rub your mustaches on a girl's vagina, like back and forth.
Oh, mustache, you know what?
I like
I get
that.
it, my boy.
I like that one.
Yeah, so stashing, that's when you're going out with
Stashing.
somebody.
That shit must irritate a little bit.
Only for a little bit, but then it becomes a wonderful sensation, says the girls. And what's the next term, Cordell?
All right, so the next term is breadcrumbing.
What the fuck is that? When you lead them on?
Lead 'em on.
Yes, sir, you got it, my
Like
boy.
Hansel and Gretel.
No, no.
They were led to this candy house, right?
Yeah, so breadcrumbing is when someone sends out a flirtatious but non-committal text messages, like breadcrumbs, in order to lure a partner on. You know, it's leading somebody on. You're leaving out little clues to see how they
Yeah.
react. Ooh, did they like the picture?
Yeah,
Like,
see
do you
They're testing the waters.
testing the waters?
But what if a lot of people like your picture? Do all of them
No,
like you?
there's a way to do it.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, shit.
Because
Let's hear from the stalker himself. Boris. Tell us, Boris. Tell us more.
I don't know anything about it.
well, let me tell you about another term. This is one you guys might have heard of: slow fading.
Slow fading?
You never heard of slow fading?
Is that like
It
a
sounds like ghosting,
a
but
haircut,
minus
slow fade?
50%.
So here's a slow fade. All right, it's a kinder version of ghosting.
Like you
it's
can-
where you
you can see
slow,
it coming.
right? Yeah, you slowly wind down contact with the person you've been
that
dating,
makes
leaving
sense.
longer between the replies. You know, it's you just don't cut off contact right away.
kill 'em slowly.
You wind it down, a slow fade.
That's cool. That's actually, that would be more.
I think that's
If I
cool.
was a girl, I prefer the slow fade than
Right,
the straight
right.
ghost.
Yeah, straight goes
Well-
like.
Well, that's the next term you brought up. So,
Okay.
and this is a very popular term. Everyone's heard this term, ghosting.
Yeah, the ghost.
That's the practice of ending a relationship with someone by suddenly and without explanation just withdrawing from all
bye.
communication. Like,
Gotta go.
It makes you mad, though. When it happens to you.
That's when you're like a fucking annoying
Like, why
ass
the
fucking
fuck?
person, and you're like, you know what? This fucking person doesn't even deserve an explanation. Fuck this guy. I'm just changing my number or girl. Okay,
yeah.
Crazy bitch. I've
You've
been with
been
those.
ghosted.
Ghosted.
I'm out. So I'm changing my number.
But it's funny because there's a new term,
What's the new one?
haunting.
Haunting.
when
And
you,
what's haunting?
What the fuck
Stalking.
is a haunting?
when you stalk them.
No, that's when
No?
that's when somebody
That's a term
you've
itself.
ghosted. No, that's when somebody you've ghosted still is following your post and still liking your stuff.
They're
So-
haunting
So
you.
you're haunting because it's a ghost. You've ghosted them.
You've ghosted them,
but they're not done.
Okay, that
They're
means
they're still.
that just means that they don't like to hang out with you, but they're still cool with you on Instagram and
No.
Facebook.
You
They're
know,
obsessed.
you understand. You're trying to get
They're
rid of them,
obsessed.
but the ghost is like, nah.
Like, I'm still here.
I still like you, bitch.
Okay, but there's a block option on your internet. I mean,
No,
if
well,
somebody,
good-
Make a fake
A
account.
good
and
ghost
they'll
can
follow
get
you to the
around
fake
that, my
account.
boy.
I will block your ass.
They make the fake account.
Well, you know what that's called? That's called a.
So you accept anyone to request?
I accept
well,
anyone.
Boris, let me explain to you
What
what
is that?
a.
Too many stalkers.
Let me explain to you what the fake account's called. It's called a sock puppet account.
What?
Yeah, that's the term for it.
I like that term, the sock puppet account.
Yeah.
Does it involve grease on a penis?
That's right.
No. Okay, I guess not.
You're listening to the Audio Missile Podcast.
Sometimes talking shit in your country can get you in trouble.
Yes, sir.
And that's why you go to another country to talk shit about your country.
But then Interpol comes
Like,
and,
they don't like what you're rapping about.
it comes and picks you up and takes you back home to your
Return to
country.
sender.
Return to sender.
That return to sender, no,
When
it
you
sucks.
rap, they fuck you up. They ain't paying
Yeah,
that bullshit.
you
They're
know
like
when-
in America where you could talk shit about everybody.
Right. So there's a hashtag that's trending right now. It's FreeTataloo. You know, it's Iranian rapper and activist Amir Tataloo. And he's been detained by the Turkish government. And fans created a petition on change.org to try to free him.
So
You know,
he's still in Turkey. He's not in Iran yet.
I think as we speak, he might be already exported, or they're getting ready to export him. He's 31 years old, and, you know. And
So
then
what's gonna happen when he gets here? You're not gonna kill his ass, torture him?
Oh, probably torture him, you know. And
Remember, he'll get his own record deal.
you know, and Tehran sent out the Interpol request to get him, you know. And the New York Times says the rapper is being held at a detention facility for undocumented immigrants in Istanbul. So, like I said, he's still in Turkey, but
So how did he get to Turkey? He has family there or what?
well, he posted on Instagram that he had been issued a UK visa and was preparing to travel to perform in London in February. So he had a lucrative thing to perform in, and he has a lot of fans. And he's an activist, and he speaks out for human rights. And Iran is like, well,
So what did he rap? What language is he rapping in? Iranian?
yeah, I think he speaks in a couple different languages.
Okay.
And so he's one of Iran's most famous rappers for a decade at least, and he has at least 4 million followers on Instagram.
Okay.
But his rise to fame came once he began criticizing the Iranian government for the human rights record, and all that. And so they don't like that. So he's already had several run-ins with the police over his tattoos.
What?
Because that's banned.
What, he has a fuck the police tattoo or what?
No, just like, tattoos. You can't have that in Iran.
You can't.
Dude, you got a certain hairstyle, the way you can cut your beard.
That's like in Japan.
Well,
The
I
only
mean,
people
come on.
with
In
tattoos
America-
are
Or
Yakuza.
yakuzas.
Yeah, Yakuza.
In America,
yeah.
not too long ago, if you had long hair, they call you a hippie and try to screw with you, right?
Yeah.
The cops will pull you over and mess with you.
Well, as of now, Change.org has a petition calling for his release, and already has 140,000 signatures in just 24 hours
Wow, that's
of
a
his
lot.
fans, And it's funny because his fans, the Tataloos, they call themselves the Tatalees.
Oh, wow.
And the hashtag is trending. Like I said, FreeTataloo, because he speak, the hijab. Remember the lady in Iran that took the veil off and they arrested her?
Yeah. Did
You
they
know-
shoot some girl because she went to school?
Yeah, so she went to school.
Yeah, she won a Nobel Peace Prize.
I saw a girl. She dropped her veil,
Yeah.
and she smiled at me, and she got slapped once.
No.
Wait.
Who
what?
slapped her?
On one of his tour of duties. Oh,
husband?
my boy.
Yeah.
No.
I was checking IDs
So
at
first off, you
the
were
gate.
in the military.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
What
in.
were you in?
I was in Desert Storm back in 1990.
And what branch of the military?
U.S.
were you
Army.
in? U.S. Army.
90.
And you
And
were okay. What happened?
and on this one day, I was checking the IDs, checking vehicles, make sure they're not explosive or whatever. And this one guy shows up in a Mercedes, and behind him is his wife. And she, when I stopped the car, she bends over, and her veil drops, and she looks up with her eyes. She sees me, and she smiles. So I smile back. The husband looks right through the rearview mirror, and he takes his backhand and just slapped
backhanded
her.
her at that.
And I felt so bad for her
Is that legal in that country?
yeah,
Yes,
it is.
sir. Yep.
I feel
So
so
you could
bad
backhand
that
your women in that country.
And he
huh?
couldn't do nothing because of political reasons.
I just, I
As a
gave the
soldier.
guy his ID back as soon as possible and just waved him off. I didn't want
couldn't
to
tell him
continue.
anything?
Wow. What?
No,
I
because
can't-
that
I
would
can't
create
say
What
anything.
an
Yeah.
uncomfortable
Trouble,
moment.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
don't drop the veil.
So
Don't drop the veil. Oh my God.
that's a song. Well, appreciate your freedom, and freedom's not free. You have to fight for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anything that we could learn from that, appreciate your freedom.
Yeah. Hey, this is Barefoot Boris, and you're listening to the Audio Missile Podcast. Stay tuned.
True story. No one's ever bought me crap, but if somebody did, I'd probably start crying. Tell me a story, Cordell.
Well, it happened to a Nebraska teacher. He broke down in tears because he had a pair of tennis shoes that were stolen. And
Were
his
they like
stu-
Jordans or some kind of?
Yeah,
tennis
well,
shoes?
yeah, Nikes or something. And the kids got together, and they bought him a new pair of shoes. And this was at Logan Fontanelle Middle School,
In what state?
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
And the
Okay.
teacher's name was Trey Payne, And so, like I
Trey
said,
Payne?
And
yeah,
he was crying.
Was he a rapper?
yeah,
Maybe he
right,
was crying because he got Skechers instead of Nikes.
Right. Well, it happened on January 28th.
This mess.
And his class presented him with a replacement pair after they got the money together. They probably got it from their parents. They went home and told their parents for
They
the
were
money.
probably Kobe's. That's why it means a lot. You know, Kobe just passed away.
Right.
Like, here's another pair of Kobe's. I would have been like, oh my God, he's dead. They mean more now than
Well,
before.
they made a video of it. They videotaped it, and they gave him a card, and he pulled out the box, and it was Nike Zooms KD12s.
Wow.
You ever heard of those?
They're like $100. Nope.
Those are good ones. Yeah, I don't know.
And
Nike
I
Zooms.
know Nebraska doesn't have a lot of money, so that's a lot
Yeah,
of money.
right. And even the teacher said, "Come on, guys. I hope this isn't shoes." And he's like, "What? Are you serious?" And he took off his glasses. He started crying.
First off, what a great teacher, because for the kids to go out of their way to give them a gift, any gift at all.
Well, they all stood up and they ran and they gave him a group hug. And when they asked him, the teacher said it's more than a pair of shoes. It's about doing things to build everyone up around you.
Yes.
And he was also the basketball coach.
Oh,
and
wow.
so when they interviewed some of the moms, they said, this is one of the best teachers right here. They said, now this is a teacher who's taught my kid a lot, so.
I think that's cool.
Hey, even in the BK, we listen to Audio Missile Podcast. Alright?